welcome to the MatchDayVlogs YouTube channel. As always, please remember to smash that like button, hit subscribe, because it really does make a difference to the channel. We're here at St Mary's Stadium for the first time of the season in our championship campaign. It is Southampton versus Norwich City in what could be described as a top of the table clash. Who knows? There's been quite a lot going on in the world of Southampton FC this week. There's been the situation with Romeo Lavia, of course the situation with James Ward-Prowse, all with heavily linked away moves respectively to West Ham, and who knows from Romeo Lavia. I think we've all been quite amused by, is he going to Liverpool, is he going to Chelsea? Either way, with the moves that Liverpool made, the price is definitely going up. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the activities on the pitch here today. We are coming off a league win against Sheffield Wednesday last Friday, but then a rather disappointing performance in the League Cup. So I think we're probably expecting a bit of a bounce back performance hopefully today. It's hopefully something to get excited about, but of course Russell Martin and his men will be wanting to make a severe statement after the midweek performance. But looking at those lineups, it's not surprising to see who's in there. I mean, Ryan Manning's in there, Smallbone's in there, Adozie's in there, Nathan Teller's in there. You know, it all makes perfect sense to me. But Jack, are you excited about our lineup? Is there any extra surprises in there?
I mean, I'm excited to see Stuart Armstrong play in that position. We said it on the show this week that I think Armstrong would do really well in that position. He's a good head, and he probably had it last. His longevity might be a bit better in that role. He's probably busting it on the wide so much, but then he can pull men wide from that position. So I'm excited to see Stu in that position there. You never know, it might be a little bit of a refresh in that position that we didn't know we needed. Yeah. But mate, I'm just happy to be back in our seats. It feels like we've been to St Mary's a lot recently and not been sat in these seats.
I know, it's been a while since we've been sat here, but it is good to be back at St Mary's. We're looking at these glorious new screens. As the players coming out of the tunnel, it's good to be back. I think we're looking at potentially a sellout crowd here at St Mary's, which is going to be amazing to see. An actual sellout crowd with potentially 100% home support. We've not had that before.
No, it's the funniest thing walking in here today. A bit quieter than usual, I thought, when I got here, but I got here a little bit earlier. But it was, it feels a lot different than the games last season. The crowd seemed pretty together with it. I think I've seen more of this season shirts on people. Do you know what I mean? Like last season, you might not start off seeing too many of the single band, but everyone's rocking the kit. Everyone seems to be up at pretty happy. If it wasn't for the sour news that we've had this week, that we all knew that was coming, and the game on Tuesday night, I think we'd all be here absolutely buzzing. But you know, first game at home this season, first time Russell's gets to entertain everyone. Just hope they come out here and bust a move, mate.
Exactly, it's what we want to see. But with ourselves being one of the favourites to go up, we are expecting some good things out here on the pitch. But it is going to be a tough old season, but it's a long old season with 46 games to be played. One down, 100% record so far, but let's see what happens. Anyway, kickoff coming up.
This is great banter.
It's half-time here at St Mary's Stadium. And would you believe it? It's Southampton 2, Norwich City 3. An absolutely wide-open game. Norwich taking the lead early on, and us coming back with a penalty to make it 2-1. Norwich equalised an absolute stunner from outside the box, and then conceding late in injury time in the first half to make it 3-2. Jack, it's a bit all over the place. I don't really know where to start with this. I think the possession-based football is clearly there to be seen, but I just feel that there's perhaps still not that much understanding with this 11 that's out there.
Yeah, it does feel like the transfers in the past week or so have kind of knocked it out of balance a little bit. You do feel like Prowsey was the kind of the centre of all those movements and all those passing lanes, and now everyone seems to be a little bit confused. Stuart Armstrong seems to be coming out wide quite a lot. It seems to be like players crowding in a certain zone and then just leaving giant gaps. There's not enough defence in the midfield, and I think Smallbone looks good still. I think Smallbone still looks like the next Sedan, but I mean Alcaraz isn't helping anyone. His first touch is too bad going forward, and he's got no defensive acumen, so it's a bit all over the place.
In his defence, I mean, there have been some absolutely rapid balls been whipped into him in the middle of the park, but the passing accuracy really hasn't been there. The thing for me is I can see Stuart Armstrong coming off because I don't see him having 90 minutes of football in him. So if those changes have been made, I mean, I guess Shea Charles we could see come on elsewhere in the middle of the park. I mean, who else would you perhaps bring on?
I mean, I would do the same. I would do that. I would take Stuart Armstrong off and bring Shea Charles on. Let Smallbone play a little bit forward, but you've almost in that position you've almost got two CDMs the way the Wolves play him. Apart from that, I mean, I quite like the attack in front. I think Taylor's looked alright. I think Adam Armstrong's looked really good. His turn of the ball looks fantastic. Dozy looks good, but I always want to see Amoeus come onto the pitch and do something. But apart from that, I look at that bench and like, who do I want to come on? Really? Aribo?
Yeah, I know, it's a struggle. It is a struggle. We're definitely going to need some reinforcements, and hopefully we'll get news of that later next week. But focus must be on the rest of this game. It is wide open, and who knows? Let's hope we see some more goals from Southampton side of things. Right, second half coming up. We are into 8 minutes of stoppage time. Southampton have just literally been awarded a penalty. Expecting Adam Armstrong to step in and take this, and hopefully he gets a point. Steps up. Yeah! Oh, we have secured what looks to be a point in the dying minutes. It's been all over the place. We've had 8 goals. I think a point, maybe more. the ground expecting that to go in, and that was not far away. Oh my word. I think a point's a fair result for both sides here.
Oh, yeah, and neither team's been good enough to win it really, but a draw, but I think we might smash it. I think we might snatch it.
We've had the 8 minutes, we're now 30 seconds over. Home fans want a win.
I'll take that draw though.
I would have taken a point at half time if I'm honest. We were down 3-2 at half time. It's gone long, Sargent on the end of it. Breaking out here. He's going to blow. And there it is, it's ended. Southampton 4, Norwich 4. As always, remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Oh my goodness.